Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, basically the Dokkan event that's come out for the Glorio and the Goku. So this is for the Super Saiyan Goku mini Daima and for the new Glorio unit. And obviously there are some missions. Now these campaign missions will not be available permanently. So if you are watching this video just to look at the Dokkan event, please note that it will be unavailable in future, so you may not have them. Now the missions are just a bonus. They're a great way to earn additional awakening medals and cut down on some of the time. They require you to beat the event within 5 turns. To beat the event using a super class unit of each type: AGL, Physical, Tech, Int and Strength. And then of course as well they want you to use 3 demonic power units and 3 Goku's family units. Now we'll be using 3 of these units, but by doing it all in one team. So the easiest way to achieve this is to use Gohans. Gohans are demonic power for whatever reason. Maybe because they hang out with Piccolo a lot, or I don't know. Just don't know the reason for Gohan being on demonic power, but it is what it is. It's great, as it allows us to complete the missions fairly easily. Now, of course, please remember you need to have a unit of each type, which you'll see I did not do, so when I start the event I quickly back out and adjust the team. It is a regular Dokkan event, so you don't have to worry too much about like any of the specifics, but just note that basically, to cut a long story short, obviously you want to bring a relatively strong team. If you're a new player and you are doing this for the first time, then use your Saiyan Saga team. Don't worry about the bonus missions. You can always use the free-to-play Saiyan Saga team that the game gives you. The tutorial team, it will very easily complete the missions, so don't panic too much. Like, be at ease. It's all relatively simple and straightforward. Now in terms of like the actual units, so we have Glorio and we have Goku. I'm going to be honest, I think the Goku unit is pretty good. I think he's really quite solid. I think he's a good second slot, sometimes first slot unit if you're backing the dodge mechanic. I think he can do some decent damage. I think he's got a really cool 2-turn ability on his super attack. And I think he's solid whilst being on quite a few categories with a very solid, stable link set, you know. Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Fierce Battle, Kamehameha, all those really good, stable, solid links that players enjoy using, and that you'll see around a lot, and that are very useful. Now the big thing is, honestly speaking, if I'm being entirely honest, I think personally for me, Goku is kind of a more generic, but far more versatile unit than Glorio. I think Glorio is really cool actually, and I really like his 3-turn support capabilities. He is incredibly limited. He's only on like 3 categories, so he's super duper limited. But the thing is honestly, I find that he is something more interesting to me. Like, I find trying to use him far more interesting. I find him as a unit far more interesting. Yes, he's on very limited categories. I think he's on 5 in total right now, but he is just very interesting. I think he's cool in design. I think his incorporation is excellent, and I think they made him in a way that, yes, although he's limited, he can be used on pretty much all the categories he's on due to how his support typing works. So he at least has a ton of usability. Now of course both units are quite evasion dependent, so that is also something you have to factor in. Remember, certain events disable evasion, and I will say without evasion both of these units definitely are not nearly as good as they are with it, as is the case for most evasion dependent units. But it is kind of something that'll be interesting if we get more disable evasion effect type units like Tech MUI Goku later on. But for now, completing the Dokkan event is pretty straightforward. Of course, for both Glorio and Goku you will need 77 medals, so you will need to run the event a few times. If you can get those bonus 56, it does really help, but fortunately both of them use the same medals. ultimately I think they're really cool. I think Goku's a little bit more versatile, but is a bit more generic because of it, whereas I think Glorio is a far more unique and interesting unit, but is obviously very limited because of it. So it's going to be interesting to see. We'll obviously take a look at them. I'm not summoning for them, so I'll be using friend ones, but in general, yeah, I think ultimately really cool stuff. So that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you got them or how you've been finding using them, and bye.